I'm Rebekah O'Dell, and this is Mini Moves for Writers. Sometimes a writer wants to connect with readers by showing them the thought process that's going on in their own head, to show the reader the string of questions that they themselves are wrestling with. We're going to call this move a good questions list. Let's look at how Zadie Smith does this in her piece about Toni Morrison in The New Yorker. My mother danced all night and Roberta's was sick. Well, now, what kind of mother tends to dance all night? A black one or a white one? And whose mother is more likely to be sick? Is Roberta a blacker name than Twyla, or vice versa? And what about voice? So in this passage, Zadie Smith is thinking about the way that Toni Morrison is experimenting on readers in her short story. What she does in this story is she introduces two characters, Twyla and Roberta. We know that one is white and one is black, and she never tells us who is who. And the purpose of the story is kind of to make us question, kind of to make us wonder about our own assumptions about race and how that plays into characterization, and to engage the reader through this kind of mystery that they're trying to figure out throughout the entire short story, a mystery that's never answered. Let's look at what Smith does here and break it down a little bit more. Here, she gives us a quote from the text. So this is a quote from the text of the Toni Morrison short story. And then she takes us through a list of about 5 or 6 questions that she wonders when she reads this. Well now, what kind of mother tends to dance all night? A black one or a white one? And whose mother is more likely to be sick? Is Roberta a blacker name than Twyla, or vice versa? And what about voice? What she's trying to do here is, first of all, she's trying to show us her own thoughts. What she is thinking as she reads this very simple sentence from the text, right? This very simple sentence brings up all of these questions for Zadie Smith. But she's also trying to anticipate a reader's questions. She's trying to think about what you or I might be thinking when we read this. These might be the things that we ourselves are wondering about. And look how she puts them in succession, right? By not just putting one question into her writing, but by putting this series of questions in her writing, she is increasing the speed and the pace of our reading. She is compounding those questions so they're almost like a snowball that is rolling faster and faster and faster down a hill. And by showing so many questions at once, what she's really doing is showing how much curiosity any reader would have when they read this one simple sentence from Toni Morrison. It's a great way of being transparent with your readers, being a little bit vulnerable by letting them inside your own brain and showing them the things that you're wondering about. Rhetorical questions like these, questions that aren't meant to be answered literally out loud, are also a great way to engage the reader, because if the reader wasn't already thinking these things, they are now. Now you have the reader actively asking questions and engaging with your text. Now the writer, Zadie Smith, and the reader, you and me, are kind of side by side working through these questions together. Let's look at how other writers do the same thing. So where can you put yourself in your reader's shoes for a couple of minutes and invite them alongside you at the table and get into the text together and ask some questions? Where can you get a little bit transparent and show the things that you wonder about in your own mind regarding the topic that you're writing on? Where can you engage them with a series of 3 to 5 questions in a row that are going to ramp up that pace of your writing, ramp up the speed, ramp up the urgency, and to be honest, a little bit of drama in your writing? Where can you find a place to make a list of good questions? Thanks so much for watching, and please like and subscribe so that you don't miss any mini moves for writers.